Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Mark. Woo! And I'm trying something different. I have my phone on now, recording this instead of the computer. Because I need to figure out my methodology for getting these videos up, but like as efficiently and as pain-free as possible. So I might edit on the phone. I might. It's not important. You don't need to know this. Okay, so the 5 areas I was talking about last night. I just want to kind of briefly talk about them, and I'll go into more depth on those later, but for now I just want to sort of give you the brief, like, 30,000 foot overview. Hold on, I think my coffee's done. Just a sec. Okay, so this 30,000 feet overview. So the 5 areas are parts of my life that I want to develop and grow. And it's not to say that I'm working on all 5 all the time. I tend to focus my energy more in one area while maintaining others, and then I'll shift to a different area. So I kind of have, or maybe I'll have 2 areas where I'm really focused on. The reality is, you can only really succeed if you commit to something and focus on it. So even if that's a small spurt, if like you're going to do focused effort on something for 3 months and just really go for it and improve that skill level, that's great. You can do that, be consistent at that effort, and then after those 3 months are up, then do a maintenance on that. So just daily practice, but not as intense as you were before. So there's sort of these. I'm think of it like different. Okay, so this is geeky. Imagine you have a Dungeons and Dragons character, and you have like dexterity and charisma and all these different attributes of the character, or World of Warcraft or whatever, and you can work on one thing to really increase the intelligence over here, but maybe dexterity is still low. So I'm working on one thing, and then I'll bring up the other thing, and then work on this thing, and bring up this. So I'm kind of slowly leveling up my character over time, me being the character. So what are the 5 areas? I'm sure you're dying to know. Well, the first one is they're no particular order. They're all important, so I just happen to write them in this order. But the first one is work. And work, to me, is not just about having a job. It's a little more than that. So a little bit of background. I'm a Baha'i. And Baha'is believe that work is equivalent to worship if done in the right sort of modality. So for me, work is indicative of my ability to commit to perfecting a skill or perfecting a service to other people. So it's a little deeper than just getting a paycheck. It's working on bettering myself through a vocation, through a contribution to society, through a way to provide for me and my wife and my family and all of these things, right? So without being a burden on society. So a lot of what I do with work is related to sort of mastering my craft and trying to be better at that, and really focusing my energy on excellence there and service. So those are the 2 aspects of that I like to focus on for work. So part of that is about income, because income is a great metric for excellence in something. If you really contribute and do well at something, sorry, it's hot, I'm going to put the fan on me. If you really focus and contribute and do well at something, then you're going to get paid more money for it, right? If you do it well. So high level of excellence in my work, which is my service to the community and my service to myself and my family. The second area is fitness, physical health. I didn't just call it health, and I just call it working out. I used to just call it wushu, because that's mainly probably what a lot of you, if you're watching this channel, you probably know me for wushu. At least a lot of people know me for wushu. But fitness is important, and it's something you have to be consistent at and really do every day. And I haven't always been consistent. As you can tell, I'm not exactly svelte, but it's something that I'm focusing my energy on to really master and get better at. I still have a lot of aspirations for wushu. Even though I'm 46, I'm like 20 years older than most people who retire from wushu. But I really enjoy it, so I like to do it. But my body isn't in a condition to do it that well. I'm not terrible. I mean, I've been doing it for 20 plus years, so I'm doing it long enough where I have an ability and an understanding of it to optimize the training I do in it. Um, but my physical body needs to work on that. So anyway, wushu is just part of fitness. Fitness is ultimately it's pretty simple. And one of the things I'm going to talk about another time is about how fundamentals of everything are really basically simple. It's not that difficult or complex or hard to just do the fundamentals of something. Um, and fitness, it boils down to three things: nutrition, exercise, and sleep. Those three things will contribute to you being more fit every day. So as long as you can do those three things every day, you can do some exercise, you can eat well, and eating is two things. It's nutrition, so not eating crap, and then it's also quantity, so not eating a lot of crap. So if you can eat really good stuff but eat a lot of it, that's not as good because your still calorie intake's kind of high, but it's better for you than eating a lot of crap. Or eating very little bit of food but it's all crap is not good for you either because you're not getting the nutrition. So it's both things. So that's my fitness side of things. And also I find that having a better level of fitness contributes to all the other areas of my life. And each of these all contribute to other areas of my life. So it's not just fitness is just for fitness sake, but fitness, being healthier and fitter, contributes to my work and contributes to the other three areas, right? So the third one is education or learning. And I don't look at this as just like a college education. And so my view of college education is of two minds. One is that it's kind of useless and it's just a piece of paper, and you can learn a lot more in terms of functional skills and education just from the internet, basically. And my vocation, being a web designer, I'm completely self-taught. I learned on my own. I learned from other people. I didn't go to school for it. When I was in school, there was no internet, so maybe DARPANet. If you know what that is. So the reality is that education isn't necessary to make a vocation, but I appreciate education as an exercise in discipline, as an exercise in just learning things that you're interested in. And I love learning, and I love learning more about things that I'm interested in. So one thing that's always sort of been on the back of my mind is I never finished my degree back when I was in my 20s. And so I decided to, oh good Lord, 7 minutes already. So I decided to go back and finish my degree. And that's part of my educational journey. And that's just part of it. It's not about getting a degree in college. It's about other things too. But this part of that process is getting my degree. And there will be other parts of it later on that have nothing to do with going to a school that are still part of my educational process, if that makes sense. The fourth part is creative. So I feel like as human beings, we're sort of built to be creative and to express ourselves through the arts. And so I try to do that as well. And I have different avenues for that. I played a lot of piano when I was a kid, and I started playing guitar in my 20s. And I've been sort of hacking at it for a long time, and hacking's the term I use for something I never really committed to. Or just kind of found the easy way to practice, but not really focused on excelling at. But I want to sort of change that a little bit because I think that's sort of lazy. So I've been focusing on getting my guitar skills up a little higher. I'm looking over here because this is where my guitar is. Hi. So practice every day, just even scales, chord progressions, learning different licks and things. I'm doing a course on Udemy to get down some guitar skills. So that's one thing I'm working on. And it might not always be guitar. I might do maintenance on guitar and then switch to something else. Dance is something I've always been really interested in. I really like dance. I'll just watch dance videos on YouTube for days. And or poetry. I've done some poetry in the past. I've done creative writing. I've done visual arts, painting, sculpting. So I have a lot of areas of interest, but right now guitar is going to be my focus for creative outlet and expression and putting my feelings down into a format. And then finally, the last one is spiritual, which to me is really about service. So service to humanity, service to the community. And I'm going to have a whole talk about religion in general. As I said, I'm a Baha'i, but in the Baha'i faith, we're taught that religion is actually a religion. The definition of religion is something that unifies, that brings people together. And if religion is not doing that, which we see a lot of these days, then you can't call that thing religion. It's like if you have a pile of dog turd and you call it a rose, you can call it a rose all day long, but everyone knows that's a dog turd. It smells like a dog turd, it looks like a dog turd. Even if you made it, sculpted it to look like a rose, people still know that's a dog turd. So even though people are calling something religion, but not using it to bring people together or to unify or to spread love, then that's not really religion, even if they're calling it a religion, right? It's something else. It's probably hatred or angst or anxiety or pressure or whatever it is. Intolerance, ignorance. But it's not religion, in my view. So for me, the spiritual side of things is about providing a service to the community and deepening my connection with God or the universe or whatever it is that you subscribe to. So whether you believe in a higher power or not, it's all good. I'm not here to proselytize or tell you what to believe. But to me, I'm just trying to be a better person. And for me, being a better person means developing that relationship with that higher power, with God, with Baha'u'llah, and developing that part of who I am. And then the avenue through which that is expressed is in service to the community, service to people around me, helping people out, volunteering, and I mean, there's the personal aspect of it too. There's a yin and yang to everything, right? There's the internal and the external. So the internal side is praying and meditation and study of holy texts and things like that. The external side is service to the community and putting yourself out there and being helpful to other people and spreading love and unity, right? Or promoting unity. So those are the aspects of the spiritual side of things that I'm working on doing. So that's it. Those are the 5 areas of my life. That's a lot to talk about. It's like 11 and a half minutes already, probably more than that. So I better stop. I don't want to keep you too long. Hope that was interesting to you. If not, that's cool too. I'll probably talk in more depth about each one of those areas, although I did a lot of more in depth than I meant to today. Today I'm going to clean this place. I live in like this bamboo studio, in case you're wondering why it looks like this. It's an octagonal shaped bamboo studio. It's one room. There's a little bathroom attached, a lanai, 270 degrees around, about, I don't know, I can see the beach from here. It's pretty cool. So this is our abode at the moment, and we're enjoying it. I really hope the audio worked on this thing. That'd be embarrassing if I just talked for 12 minutes and it didn't. So that's it for now. I might throw up some things in this video. I really don't like my hair. You know, I used to just buzz the whole thing, and that was really comfortable and nice. I might do that again. This isn't looking good. I mean, I just woke up, so this is my bed hair. Way too much information. So, I think that's it. I'll talk to you later. I gotta sign off with something, right? I don't know. Spread love. That's corny. Yeah, I'll talk to you later. See ya.